Okay. I think we're good. I'm unmuting myself so that everybody else can hear me. How's it going?
Hello.
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 We're not running 40 minutes behind. It's not my fault. No way was I asleep on the couch.
Nah, it's okay.
Nah.
I'm feeling the con crud, so I completely understand.
It's like 90 degrees here. I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Abby's sick and Adam is just wilting under the conditions that he's not used to.
It's like 45 degrees hotter than England ever gets.
Ever, yeah.
Okay, and to explain, since there's not much of a visual element on the screen anyways, but if you're paying attention to like the Discord stuff, when you hear Adam speaking, you're going to see Abby's mic light up, and that's because they're sitting in the same room. So you can hear them both. I trust you know who's speaking.
I mean, if you can't tell the difference between like male and English, female and American.
Abby?
Yeah.
The Discord things aren't going to help you.
Y'all.
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 Anyway.
Y'all better know it's me.
That'll be fine anyways, because they were both at E3 and I sat at home and watched it. That's where we're coming from. It's probably going to be a shorter episode because we don't have as much to talk about, and also all the shit that I just said. Tired, wilting, sick.
Yep.
All that.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's not like we have a ton of stuff to talk about anyway. Seeing the sad show that was horror at E3 this year.
Yeah,
we can piss on that in about 5 seconds flat.
But we can talk about the great disappointment, and then also the diamonds in the rough, and then that'll be about 15 minutes in. So we're good.
There were diamonds in the rough.
But yeah, you went and saw that presentation. I'm not going to talk about what it is right now.
Oh yeah, sure.
But that one would seem promising. Yeah.
Well, that'll be exciting to hear about. All right. I also have to pull up the Evil Within trailer because
well, that's the one everybody knows we're going to talk about. So that's why I thought we'd talk about that one first.
That's the Evil Within 2, which it's hilarious that I searched up like Adam and Abby both gave me like horror playlists, but sometimes I like to mix it up. So I looked up horror on Spotify, and I was going to do this earlier when I wasn't, asleep. But in my scramble to get done, I just searched something and I clicked the first thing I saw, which was halfway down the list of stuff that came up. When I searched horror, it was horror RPG role-playing game soundtrack. I clicked on it, and the whole thing's just Evil Within, the original soundtrack. Evil Within, the original
of course.
And I was like,
one thing that isn't total shit in the Evil Within.
It's the soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah, so I was just like, let's just go. So it's relevant. It's kind of funny. Even though I don't think any of us who are sitting here liked The Evil Within, we're still going to talk about it.
I find it funny that, normally, I'm the glass half full.
Even you don't like it.
Even I don't like this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's mostly because it's a dumpster fire in hell.
Then there are people who like it, though, and I feel bad saying that because you're entitled to like what you want, and,
Oh, sure, but there are people that like, child murder.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm not sure if I compare it to child murder, but I mean, it does sometimes make me want to murder a child, so I guess that's legit.
You see the connection.
My favorite part of The Evil Within was you have the guy with the glasses that was following you around, and there was something fucked up with him, like he was gonna get infected or so. I don't know what. But
yeah.
There was something wrong with him, and I just know that
I thought the credits were okay.
I thought he followed you around, and I realized quickly by accident that you could shoot him with these arrows that
Oh, what you mean with the magic crossbow?
Yeah, the crossbow. So and they would just stick in him and stay there for a half an hour or something. Or forever.
Yeah,
I can't remember. So I was putting 10 in him, and he was just walking around just fine. And that was that's the only part I really remember is that was amusing.
I like the not even obfuscated, blatant Pyramid Head ripoff. That was my favorite part.
I don't even. Didn't he have like a box for like a safe on his head or something?
He had a safe. Yeah. So it was totally different because he had a square metal thing on top of his butcher's smock, carrying a big sword thing.
It's so sad because like there's so many elements of that game that I remember thinking, oh, that looks super cool. I want to see that. I want to see what that's about. You know, before it came out, like the girlfriend monster that's like a spider, like Lisa or something. I forgot what her name was.
Yeah.
That one was like a really cool looking, and then the guy that shows up in the video that's got like the hoodie on and is like all
the kid from
mangled
the Ring.
And yeah,
the keeper, aka Boxhead, is what he's called. That's funny. That is.
It's just lazy,
Boxhead.
Beautiful. Anyway, like I liked the guy that had the hoodie on with like the crazy like skin, and then they like in the previews, you know. He looks like, oh, it's the crazy thing that's gonna, you know, appear and disappear or whatever, and then you find out that like literally he just appears out of nowhere and just beats the shit out of you. Yeah. Sometimes and it's just like, okay, well that was a really cool looking concept. Like it was different than I'd seen in other horror games, but it totally just got ruined by that.
Now I'm like, because it's me and I didn't finish the whole thing, and I'm probably gonna play The Evil Within 2. I'm tempted to make myself sit through The Evil Within 1 again, which I didn't. Because I didn't finish it. No, I never finished it. Yeah, I think
I'm not going to gain anything.
Yeah, I think I went out of town, and then when I got back, I was just like, I don't even have an interest in this anymore.
I remember watching you fight the spidery lady, and just thinking to myself, oh God, do I really want to even do this? Like, no, not really.
It is a sorry, sagging horror game.
You really will get nothing, yeah. But I was supposed to pull up the trailer because Adam wants to dissect it.
I mean, I'm not even like...
It's going to be 30 seconds behind, but...
Yeah, it'll be 30 seconds behind.
I don't even think it deserves dissection.
No, I think you should dissect it. We need content in this video.
We've got nothing this week.
Well...
What you can do is just go ahead and start, like... Here, I'll just give you a link if you guys want to pull it up at the same time, and we can just 3, 2, 1, go and hit play, and then it'll be like synced up. Let's do it that way.
Well, give me the link, but you're gonna have to wait for a second before I.
That's fine. Because you guys want to hear this because I believe I heard it live. Yeah.
Before we start with the link, the big problem in The Evil Within is that it didn't know what kind of horror it wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. No.
So
just keep that in mind.
Threw 5, 6 different horror tropes at the wall in the hope that they would stick. But because of the diffusion of so many different tropes, nothing was provocative. Nothing was frightening. Nothing was valuable.
This is something that Volpine had said to me about it, and he usually hates most games. So when I went into it, I was like, okay, I mean, the only thing I know about it is that Ovi didn't like it. But I didn't realize, for him not to like it is pretty commonplace. But when I heard so many people say that they didn't like it, but he said, it touted itself as this big return to horror, and it, like you said, it didn't know what the hell it was doing.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with zombies, then quickly becomes, like, metaphysical horror, then, like, falls into body shock.
It goes, like, it's like a weird mix of, like, Resident Evil 4, Silent Hill, and then, like, a Fatal Frame game.
Well, isn't it, like
by the... of Outlast
isn't it by the team who did 4?
Yeah, it's the same creator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why everybody was like, this is going to be the next big thing. And then it was arse.
I'm wondering whether or not it was another one of those games that like suffers from, hey, this person made a really good game. Let's just let them do whatever they want, and then they went crazy.
He might.
No one dialed him back.
What we're saying is this could be Death Stranding if we're not careful.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to start this?
Okay,
let's do 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay, so we open up and immediately it's infection metaphor. That's what all this stuff is. All this yogurt shit is infection as a metaphor. This is disease-based stuff. Now we're in the words. Already we're in shit-kick hillbilly town.
So this part reminds me of Silent Hill Origins a little bit.
Yeah, and if there's ever a game you want to really...
And then we get Dead Stranding. Are we watching a trailer for Dead Stranding?
Yeah, I mean, this is a combination of infection and like the sort of psychological rather horror.
One plus side, I actually like this cover.
I'm getting sick of these. Yeah, I'm getting sick of these like ethereal, like, you know, deep music with the wispy music vocals. You know, it's not terrible.
The moment we've just watched there is all you need to know about why this sucks, because they actually put a fake jump scare in the trailer. Oh, there's the supernatural guy, the blink shifting motherfucker. And
on a sad note, I love the fact that this is black and white with red undertones. It's beautiful.
Stylistically,
yeah. It's gorgeous.
The game, the original game had a great look to it.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, why it was upsetting to me that it was so...
See, I was watching this video and I didn't know at first that it was for Evil Within 2. And I was like, okay, it's a Dead Stranding knockoff, but it doesn't look bad so far. This is what I thought. I'll let you know whenever I was like... done.
Yeah, the hand breaking backwards is standard body shot. Yeah. Nothing particularly impressive there. It's quite a nice transition, but unfortunately it transitions into Outlast 2 religious horror shit. Which is cheap enough. Like, without anything else happening. Oh, fire! Why is there fire?
Because religion!
Oh, there's a burning girl, and then suddenly zombies.
This is what it lost me right here. I was like, okay, so it's... When is it going to be Left 4 Dead suddenly?
Zombies and yogurt.
But I was like, okay, there's one thing I didn't like. I'll keep watching and see if I like it. And then this happened.
Zombies and yogurt.
Man.
The title. I was like, oh shit.
No. Not to be like hyper picky about this, but if you include a fake jump scare in your credit, the trailer.
Yeah.
Then you set up. We know every horror game is going to have cheap, fake jump scares. It's part of horror.
Yeah, I need to go back to the.
But literally, what happens is
it's the hand. It's the hand, right?
And it's the chair whips to the right. He follows it with the torch, and then in the distance, like his daughter run past us or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the fake jump scare is the chair snap.
What they don't show in that trailer. What they don't show in that trailer is after they show the trailer when they were doing the Bethesda release or whatever. After they show the title, they actually go into gameplay, and like all of the gameplay looks like updated Left 4 Dead shooting zombies.
No.
And I was just like, that's when it completely lost me. I was like, okay, so the trailer looks good so far, except for this one part. Then it's Evil Within. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna ruin everything. And then literally like 2 seconds later, it shows me all the gameplay footage, and I was like, yep, and there it is.
So, yeah, did either of you actually get your hands on the game?
I mean, you couldn't play it.
No.
I don't think there was a demo.
There was nothing. Yeah, but
it was everywhere though. I have a picture of myself with like a poster.
Presentation, but I could not have been more bored because it's exactly the same problem of the Evil Within 1. Like everything in the trailer, there's 7 different horror tropes in that trailer alone. That 1 minute section or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And because of that, everything is diluted. Like nothing has any instinctive value because they're going for the scattergun approach. Like if you must be scared of one of these things, rather than choosing.
Surprised they didn't put a clown in there somewhere.
Yeah.
That was why I had a hard time with the first one, because I couldn't figure out the story, where they were going with it. And I thought that maybe it was just me and that I wasn't paying close enough attention, because that happens sometimes when you're streaming. You just lose track of what the hell is going on in something.
Oh yeah.
But
No,
I'm gathering that that's just a common problem with the game. That
it is the style of the Evil Within.
It just wanted to throw as much horror in it as possible. That's pretty much what
throw
happened.
everything to the wall and see what sticks, type of thing. Yeah.
Yep. And then they did okay, and Bethesda wants to continue making horror games, so they decided to make a second one.
Now, it's possible that this game will be good.
Yeah.
There's we can't rule that out. But based on that trailer, it looks like the same problems from the first one.
It's just it has some great artistic direction, and then it just...
Oh, sure. There's some really good transitions as well.
Yeah, it's just... But I feel like that's the same way about the first one. Like I said before, there's some really interesting, well-made monsters, and then there's some really shit monsters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, the look of it, the design of it, there was a lot that I liked. It was the gameplay and the story that were just...
Well, the story was...
The gameplay's all over the place.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand, and I remembered hating the reticule.
The addition of the magic crossbow is the thing that made me confused and angry.
Yeah.
Because at least it was seemed like they were sticking with like semi-normal weaponry, apart from the magic crossbow. Special runic, uber-powered crossbow of exploding bullshit.
You can craft your own stuff, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Special crossbow bolts and traps and shit. I mean, we'll see. It might not be terrible.
I mean, from the trailer, personally, if you put it up against the original trailer, which I've done, I watched the original trailer, then I watched the one for Evil Within 2. This one looks better based off trailers. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, if they
might have updated some stuff.
If they've reeled in the writing, so that the story flows and it has paces and arcs, then that will be a better thing. Because the first one was clunky and confused. If they... See, it could be that this is just the trailer, right? We could actually be getting a good game. But the trailer is, trying to splash every kind of trope on the screen. And then they're going to tighten it up. And that would be fine. I mean, there was no gameplays, so we can't expect it to come out
there was
soon.
Gameplay in the presentation.
No, I mean, we
title,
can play
yeah.
it. So one assumes it won't be out super soon.
Yeah.
They said it was going to be out this year, October 13th.
Oh, October 13th.
October 13th. They aimed for
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, yeah.
You're cheap, Bethesda.
That right there is kind of like a thing, too. It's like, okay, we'll put it out on Friday the 13th. That's a horror date. Let's do it then. It's almost like it's just like, hey, they got into a boardroom. They're like, hey, what says horror to you? Let's figure out how we can put it all into one game.
That does seem like the problem.
It seems like a thing that they would do.
You know what would be great? If we made a movie that had Freddy, Jason, Chucky, maybe some predators in it. Like,
make them all fight.
Great. Like, yeah, they'll all fight.
I mean, it's sad, but that's probably coming. But we know what most streamers were playing on their horror month. I'm going to play Hatterful fucking Boyfriend.
Yeah, that's the month that I don't really, I don't really give a shit about playing horror because I'll play it whenever the hell I want,
Yeah, I do horror 11 months of the year. I don't need to do it in fucking Halloween.
Okay.
But yeah, so that happened. It was a thing. It was the primary horror thing of E3.
It's the number one, and I figured since none of us are thrilled about it, I mean, there's other stuff that we can talk about outside of it. Like we have Days Gone,
better stuff than that.
The Call of Cthulhu game,
which won the Best in Show some category or other.
Vampire, the Observer, like your boy
it's just
said.
Everything from Focus Interactive, apparently.
Yeah,
Vampire, Werewolf, Call of Cthulhu.
In the Inpatient, which I don't know much about. Even something like
PSVR.
Yeah, even something like
standard.
Days Gone,
I mean,
Days Gone they showed last year.
Oh,
and
sure.
It was like in a factory, and then it was like this year was the exact same trailer. It was just in the woods, and it had a bear at the end.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. I was like, cool.
I only lump it in with horror vaguely, but just because it seems like a post-apocalyptic type thing. But yeah, it's
It had a good line. There's lots of people wanting to play it. I mean, it has the interesting concept of the horde of zombies. I don't think we've really seen a lot of games with the mechanic of a horde of zombies.
I mean, I don't know too much about it. I had a bit of a look, but it looks Last of Us-y. But that's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's not bad at all.
When I was trying to make my top 10, I had to decide whether or not to put The Last of Us in there. Simply because it's probably one of the best stories in gaming.
Well, it's not necessarily horror. It's more of like a talk about humanity and
I think it's one of those.
In terms of the setting,
I think it's
like
one of
The
those.
Walking Dead isn't really horror.
Real world horror type things.
Apocalypse.
Yeah. They paint it as a horror thing because of the zombie thing, but the actual horror part of it is the humanity side of it.
Yeah.
Sure. But it's as much a horror as like The Walking Dead.
This game looks really pretty though, Days Gone.
It looks interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably play it.
Yeah, I'll probably play it too. I'm not necessarily sure if I like we were just saying, like I don't know if I would classify it specifically as horror.
No.
But it's kind of like a game in like a horror setting. But it still looks good. I personally think it looks good.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see as well. The Impatient is PSVR. So, like all VR stuff, it's clunky at the moment. But it's standard Insane Asylum badinage. It doesn't look bad.
No, they're still playing around. Like, the thing that I like about VR right now is that no one's really got a whole bunch of them. So... it's not like a whole bunch of people are sitting around and playing them.
Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to do something that kind of doesn't just use the device on a base level, does something kind of unique with it and makes people go, oh, that's this is pretty cool. Because I don't know,
Impatient game.
I'm not
is
sold on
testing
VR.
The waters. Like, what can we do with VR in horror? And I think personally, I think that VR horror will be amazing. If it goes out on the right foot.
Oh, horror is perfect for VR because traditionally it's not like Twitch skills. And when I say Twitch, I mean like fast movement.
Yeah.
It's often walking, it's often cerebral, and you're often highly controlled by the game. So it's the perfect genre for VR. Plus you're immersed more.
Yeah.
And that will always help with VR.
Yeah, I agree with Lorg on the sense that, like, I don't really think VR is necessarily like obviously you can play first person shooters on VR. That's no big deal. But like, there's other genres of gaming that are way more fit for VR than first person shooters. It's just that they're going to go towards first person shooters because that's where all the money is.
Absolutely,
and that's where the casual gamer goes. But yeah, like Impatient. It's fun. It looks really cool because it's like the first horror game, but it's probably nothing groundbreaking when it comes to horror, except for the fact that it's a VR game.
Yeah. Now there was a similar one, or it seemed like it was maybe similar. The Transference, the one that had the Elijah Wood trailer.
Oh yeah, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I don't know if there was anything that you saw about it.
Some of this stuff isn't on the show floor, unfortunately.
Okay.
So
they showed this at the Sony conference, and I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot to it, but it looked like it was probably similar in that to the, what was it that I just said,
Impatient.
The Impatient, yeah, that you're in some kind of insane asylum or something.
Well, with VR and with the glut of horror that's been springing ever since sort of Resident Evil 7 was popular. We'll be seeing a lot of that over the next sort of year or so, as people try and capitalize on the Resident Evil.
Sure, yeah.
Success story.
That's Elijah Wood. I don't know what he has to do with it, but
he's probably someone.
I think he's
just the creative team or production.
Yeah, he might be a part of the actual game itself. I don't know.
He could be actually there, or his voice. Who knows?
It seems like it could be an interesting thing, though, and I think it probably also lumps in with Observer, which I know your boy is curious about.
I'm already in with those guys. That's going to be a big thing coming up. Well, it's not going to be a big thing.
Did you
but it should be really interesting.
Did you see anything about it?
Oh, the Observer was only, there was a little trailer for it on part of the Twitch coverage.
Yeah.
But it was nothing that wasn't in the beta demo.
Actually, Elijah Wood has said that he is a fan of horror gaming, so
that would make sense. And it, like, given that, I don't know if you guys saw the remake of I just noticed that Lord got perched by the bot.
Yeah.
He was in a remake of a slasher movie from the 80s that was pretty infamous and I think banned for a while, called Maniac. They did a remake of it, and I thought the remake was really, really good because of how they filmed it, but it was, in terms of how it was almost too much because it was really graphic. But I'm wondering if he somehow really got into it after that, because he was the killer in this movie and you were through the whole thing following his perspective as you went through. Yeah. And as he went through and killed everybody. So I don't know.
Well, he played the killer in Sin City too.
Yeah.
The crazy killer good.
He's doing everything he can to
I'm pretty sure
distance himself from Frodo.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that he's just a fan of being scary and stuff. Like, I get it.
Also, because he's got such a baby face, he can be quite subversive in horror.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, no, there was some other small stuff floating around. I mean, the Call of Cthulhu game, obviously, I'm going to now wank on about.
Do it.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, so let's go for it.
I mean, I already knew that it did, but it looks fantastic. They're leaning heavily in the direction of Call of Cthulhu, which is to say very little combat, significant focus on investigation, mental attack, and puzzle solving. More like a pretty Amnesia than Resident Evil 7. And they were very specific in the presentation as well to say, don't expect a lot of combat. There won't be any. No, I'm very excited. It's going to be a thing. You can expect to see me play it somehow.
It looks good.
They've done a lot of work on matching the Chaosium original roleplay system.
Mm-hmm.
So it focuses heavily on investigation and charisma type skills, dialogue, rather than any sort of heavy focus on action. You'll be running away from stuff, which is entirely correct. Because if you fight in a Lovecraft game, you should die. Like, even a zombie should be way more than anybody can handle. Insanity should be immediate.
Mm-hmm.
And, you should flee if you meet anything like this. It should not ever be the case, I've got a shotgun, dead shook off. What? It's not how it should be. And they seem to be focusing on that. They seem to be leaning heavily towards the cerebral aspects of horror rather than any sort of cheap,
that's good,
jump scary crap.
We don't get enough of those, we get enough.
Very exciting.
Actually, that's not true. We get a lot of indies who try to do that because
it's only AAAs that are really lazy.
The AAAs are the lazy ones about the horror.
I mean, there's a lot of good indie horror coming. We got Agony and Scorn around the corner. If you read that article that you showed us, Town of Light. Horror game. Town of Light, the horror game.
By horror, you mean horrible.
Yeah,
and isn't even a horror game.
We have a channel for the Hellmouth Discord stuff, so we can throughout the week or two that we're not doing this, we just kind of flood in stuff, and I'm always seeing things roll by on my timeline, so I'll link them, and I linked this funny article that said the 13 most interesting horror games coming in 2017, and this is from Game Informer, and it was funny because it's so stupid.
Obviously stupid.
Yeah, it's a very
3 of those games are good and coming. 3 of them are out.
Pamela, Routine.
Perception's good.
Friday the 13th.
Already out, not a horror game.
Agony.
Is coming out and is exciting.
Visage, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that one should be sick as fuck.
I'm really excited about Visage.
What Remains of Edith Finch.
Already out.
Hello,
Only
Neighbor.
tenuously horror.
Yeah. Hello, Neighbor. Ghost Theory is another kind of similar to Visage, I think.
There's some interesting stuff. Some non-AAA horror coming.
Outlast 2, Scorn, Allison Road, The Hum, Abductions, and Perception, which I'm not hearing great things about.
I love that they put like the last 3 on the list of things that are coming out in 2017 are games that we don't even know when the hell they're ever going to come out, if they ever come out.
Yeah.
Allison Road's coming in 2017, guys. Set your calendar.
TBA, Release.
We're going to get that
TBA.
about the same time as Half-Life fucking 3.
Yeah. I bet you Final Fantasy VII comes out before
Allison
Road.
So. Plus, next year, we're going to get the remake of Resident Evil 2, damn sure.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't release that for the 20th anniversary, I will eat my own face.
That will be exciting, for sure.
And Resident Evil 2 is fucking brilliant. So, a remake of that, thank you. Yes, please.
You've been playing that, haven't you? Jabe?
I finished Resident Evil 2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And the remake of that.
That'll be pretty.
Yeah, that ought to be good.
Who'd you play? Did you play Claire?
I did, I did the
Claire,
Leon A and Claire B. Yeah.
Okay.
But she's the opposite to canon, technically.
Yeah, it's not
But
favorite.
not that it matters worth dick. But it's this.
So you got to meet, what's the name of that girl? Sharon? Sharon?
Yeah.
Who you eventually see in Resident Evil 6, I believe. Is
with boob jiggle physics.
Yeah.
That's totally appropriate for somebody who was a little child, too.
I mean, they grow up.
They
grow up, Adam.
Yeah, people were freaking out about me playing both, and it's like both sides of it all, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to be playing Resident Evil for like 10 years. Maybe I'll go back and do it. Like, cause there's, you can do that. I feel like I have replay value in all of them. I could go back and redo it whenever I want. So yeah.
I mean, didn't you do Jill in the remake?
Yeah.
Well, you got Chris then, and that's a totally different story.
Oh yeah.
You got like fucking Rebecca, as opposed to the awesomeness that is Barry.
Yeah.
It's you can definitely replay that, and you can reverse the playthrough of 2. At the very least, to do Leon B.
When are you going to play Resident Evil 3?
Soonish. I mean, I think I want to do Silent Hill 3 and Fatal Frame 2 before I do any of those.
Because Resident Evil 3 has some connections to Resident Evil 2 in like where it takes place. So it's kind of
Resident Evil 3 is great.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best example of the Pyramid Head ripped off and then done well.
Mm-hmm.
With Nemesis.
Yeah. Nemesis for sure.
You were surprised there was nothing on.
We're back to Jill as well. It's always to the good.
Yeah, I don't think that they did anything at E3 because I think that when it comes to remakes, any company does this. When it comes to remaking games, like unless they're just trying to announce that it's coming out, which they've already done before E3, like Final Fantasy VII was announced at E3. Like it's still a remake. They're probably not going to say anything about it again until they're actually going to put it out. So I'm guessing what it is that Resident Evil 2 didn't get any kind of preview because it probably is not going to come out until next year. So they decided to hold off and show off how pretty it's going to be until E3 and then have it come out a few months later or whatever.
I feel like they're working on it.
They had a lot going on at E3.
Capcom had a lot of stuff. Capcom had a lot of stuff this year, as opposed to like Bethesda, which had jack shit, and all we got was Evil Within.
VR Skyrim.
Jesus
Christ! I have to press the button to turn around.
VR fucking Doom. You ready to barf for the rest of your fucking life?
I just want to die even thinking about playing that. That game gave me motion sickness, non-VR.
I heard the rumor, and then when they started to show it, I immediately had this feeling, this terrible feeling that that's what it was. And then I saw the UAC thing, because Adam and I watched this, and we were kind of we're in the Discord, and I was just like, no.
Yeah. It's not what you want from VR.
Like, why? I never wanted this from Doom, let alone VR. Like,
I can't get excited about an FPS in VR.
I think Bethesda is more than likely working on something bigger. It's just that this is easy to do.
Well,
like,
sure.
VR is not hard to do. Like, making Fallout 4 a VR game is not. It probably takes a small team of people just editing the original game to do it. I know this. We work on VR stuff in my company in-house all the time. So I'm guessing that this was just easy for them to show because they're working on other things that they can't show.
Sure.
Although I'm not sure why they're doing it, except for
Then
the fact it's probably cheap and easy.
They shouldn't have paid for time to have a press conference at large.
I mean, Bethesda's press conference was a piece of shit.
I think that they feel like they have to. And if they keep feeling like they have to without anything, it's going to turn into the Konami press conferences that they still have at Tokyo Game Show every year, which literally, if you watch, will make you cry.
Yeah, Green Man, it's fucking unfortunate.
They have people that come and do the presentation that can't even translate for the Japanese translator. Like, it's bad. It's horrible bad.
Plus, Bethesda are pushing hard for the Quake.
Yeah.
Champions noise this year with their $1 million prize pool and whatever. So they wanted to be on the scene. And that meant putting a conference out that was like 30 minutes of games that are already released.
That's true.
10 minutes of games that no one cares about. Plus the evil within.
Well, I will give them credit for a few things. I know that we don't like Evil Within, but there is some people that like it. I don't think it deserves as much hype as it got because I don't know if they're even going to make the money back for it, seeing as not a lot of people like the first one. But, that's Bethesda's choice. Wolfenstein, I know there's lots of people that enjoyed the original.
Yeah, people are up for that.
Oh, I'm all about that one. That one I'm fine with, yeah.
That one, and it's fun, but it's not necessarily the icing on the cake thing that they put it at the end of their presentation. It's just like, oh, you're putting some strawberries on it. That's like 3 strawberries on a piece of angel food cake. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I like strawberries, don't get me wrong, but
it does look like the most interesting thing that Bethesda have got going on based on their conference. And I did see a hilarious article that suggested that Wolfenstein's new game was racist towards white people. And I laughed and laughed and laughed.
Racism.
Yeah.
Although I was a fan of it was like a 2-minute thing where it was like the Nazi guy that walks into the cafe and gets like a milkshake.
The milkshake thing.
That was funny. I read like a Twitter announcement where somebody was like, "Everyone loves Milkshake Man" until they realize he's a Nazi.
Yeah.
I think Wolfenstein looks like fun. It looks like a laugh. The first one was a laugh.
It's more of the same,
There's nothing wrong with the first one.
I like that they took an otherwise kind of similar to the old Doom, old Wolfenstein didn't really have. It was just shoot Nazis,
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole point, and they kind of put
there was no story.
Yeah, they put a good story behind it,
Oh, Wolfenstein, I enjoyed. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
And I don't ever play FPS.
I will, except for Evil Within, which I don't know if it's done by anybody who's done any of their other games, except for, obviously, like we said, Resident Evil 4. I think that overall Bethesda does put a lot of thought and time into their stories. Like, I mean, Skyrim doesn't have an overarching story, but all the little side quests are obviously...
Oh, sure,
they hit hard with people. Same thing with Fallout 4. So I think that we can always kind of, even if the game doesn't like really pique our interest too much, you can always expect some kind of good story from it. Except for Evil Within.
Yeah.
I don't know who they fucking fucked up with that, like.
I honestly think you could be onto something with the concept of somebody needed reining in.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a producer. Curtailing.
I only keep bringing this concept up because I know of producers of games that do more than they're supposed to on a game and then get reined back by the company, and then everybody and then they leave that company and they make another game, and you can see by that game where they have no one to rein them back. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it multiple times in the industry. Absolutely. That's the only reason I keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, other than that, there was Bloodstained, which looks great. Looks like
Bloodstained, yeah.
Looks like sort of.
I played the demo for that last year, and it was pretty then, so I can't even imagine.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's another one that I hope to goodness, because it's made by the original Castlevania people, that it doesn't.
It looks great.
But it looks like
yeah, people were talking about this one like to me a while ago. This one does look really good, yeah.
It plays well. I
love the art direction they decided to go with.
It looks like Symphony. It plays like that. It's great. I want more of it in my life. I can't wait to see what happens with it.
I am a big fan of 3D environments on 2D backgrounds. We do that in our company all the time. I think that it's gorgeous, and it's a really nice way to pay homage to the games we all loved as children, but like still be beautiful and new and updated.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a genre that gets undervalued these days.
Yeah.
The Metroidvania side scroller.
Well, there's quite a few titles that are doing it, and they're bringing it back with that I think it's called like hyperpixel art or whatever. So there's a lot of them that still do it.
But, I mean, I'm thrilled. It looks great, and I can't wait to see the final product.
Do you know if it has co-op?
I don't know.
Okay, somebody decides.
It's
by 505.
I was already overwhelmed. Yeah, it's 505. Yeah, and they were in meeting room 505. Bless them.
I'm sure that they did that on purpose.
Was funny of them.
Konami was in meeting rooms 406A and 406B, and if you looked into the room, it looked like a flight attendant at a booth that said Konami.
Yes, they were. While Capcom were on the main floor with Monster Hunter World, Marvel vs. Capcom, and Street Fighter 9, or whatever one we're up to now.
It was the saddest day. Well, yeah. I hate walking by the Konami booth up in the rooms. And
yeah, it was a bummer.
It's so sad.
As they were showing Pairs and Metal Gear Survive, or whatever.
It's pretty much just...
It was melancholy.
Soccer, football.
Yeah, the Pez, the FIFA ripper.
Yeah. Did you guys see anything about the vampire?
Yeah, I checked out vampire and werewolf because it's all focus, all cyanide.
Yeah.
So it's all in the same place.
Adam made friends with them.
I did.
Excellent.
Because Adam can speak French, and they were really excited he could speak French.
All the developers are French and struggling to... I mean, all French people tend to speak English reasonably well.
Yeah.
But I can speak in French, so they were happy with that.
Yeah, it's more convenient, facilitates them better because then they're understood. If you...
Sure.
Yeah.
So Vampire, they're making a big fucking deal about making it dark and gritty and unpleasant.
I wonder if that's to separate themselves from the Life is Strange thing. Or...
Well, I mean, the funny thing is, what they're really trying to separate them from is Twilight. Because the catch line is, in fact, hashtag no sparkles. And it looks dark, unpleasant. I think it's
giving me a lot of Penny Dreadful vibes right now.
Yeah, that's exactly the flavor.
It reminds me of that Sherlock game that I played, kind of, just from the trailer, and I'm not mad about that.
And that was also made by Focus.
Yeah.
Cyanide made that. They make all the Sherlock games. And Werewolf is a WOD, so we can assume that'll get cancelled before it gets released.
But I got a t-shirt, thanks.
I should pull up a... trailer for that one.
The principle is that it won't be cancelled at this point. So this is Werewolf, the World of Darkness game, which should be the spiritual successor, logically, something like Vampire the Masquerade.
Mm-hmm. World of Darkness.
Bloodlines.
The MMORPG.
I'm not even sure if there's technically a World of Darkness werewolf.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if technically they showed a trailer for it. It was one of the Focus booth had only a few games that you could demo. One of which was Blood Bowl.
Yeah, Blood Bowl Legendary.
There was another one that was Farm Simulator.
Farm Sim, Surge.
And then there was another one, like Strain or something.
Werewolf the Apocalypse?
Strain, yeah.
Yes, Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Okay, yeah. From White Wolf, all right, yeah.
Games like Call of Cthulhu, Vampire, and Werewolf, you had to like go to a presentation for.
But they all look interesting, and also a Plague Tale. They all look like they're being designed by the same team. They're all working on all 4 games at once because they picked up the same flavor, like, you know, cinnamon on anything.
I hope that's. But
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I hope that's a good thing because I don't want them to stretch themselves too thin across 4 games.
I don't think they're doing that. It just feels like the artistic direction has been the same. That's
good because I don't feel like we have enough. We don't have enough games set in that kind of universe.
I mean, they're all basically role-play light. So they're all variations on the theme. A lot like Masquerade Bloodlines.
Yeah.
They're all heavy story focus, visual.
If Werewolf ends up being like an updated Masquerade Bloodlines...
Well, it's what?
And I'm hoping that they looked at it and saw, hey, the greatness that is that game... And we're like, we'll update this and do this. If they do that, then I'll be smitten. Like,
I mean, this is kind of what they're trying to push with Vampire. Because they're making Werewolf, if they do a decent job with it, and Vampire does well, it's a near certainty that we'll see a Vampire the Masquerade game from Focus. Because that's the 2 things. It's a Vampire game, and it's a WoD game.
Mm-hmm.
So... That's very likely.
A friend of mine went to the Werewolf presentation, and the one thing that he said that really stood out to him, I don't know how many people in chat are World of Darkness people, but if you play Werewolf on tabletop, when you frenzy, you turn into your werewolf form. Like that's the term for the werewolf form. And so you frenzy and you go into a battle and you just start beating the shit out of people because you got claws and all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
But the cool thing that they added to the game is to keep you from just frenzying and just attacking things like you would in any kind of game, you know, you just go into your scary form and go, is that when you change into your frenzied form, everyone looks like monsters, including your friendly characters. So you don't want to go into a frenzied form and start killing people if you happen to have like one friend in the room. So it kind of, I thought that was like kind of a cool mechanic. Like the idea that when you frenzy, you actually frenzy. Like you can't tell the difference between who's good and who's bad. And I thought that was a cool concept and a cool choice for them to do mechanically.
That would certainly be interesting.
Yeah.
Because Vampire the Masquerade handled frenzy in the sense of you can't control your character.
Yeah, you just can't.
Yeah.
You just run around killing people until it runs out.
Yeah. I was watching. I've done that. I was watching your boy Daquan. He started playing it, and he kept forgetting about having to maintain your like hunger level, and so he'd go dancing forever, and then he'd walk out of a club and immediately kill someone.
Frenzy. Someone,
yeah. And so
there's some definitely interesting stuff here. I mean, it's a question of like the Call of Cthulhu one, the Werewolf one, the Vampire one. None of them are specifically horror games in the sense that they're all RPGs or, you know, something to that effect.
They're in horror worlds.
But they're sort of dripping with horror concepts.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I would consider the Call of Cthulhu game a horror game.
I mean...
It's not generally in the same sense of, like, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Fatal Frame, but I feel like that it in itself is its own horror genre just because it's Cthulhu-based, it's cerebral, it's monsters.
And much the same way the Vampire and the Werewolf game are set very specifically in a horror flavored setting.
Yeah.
But no, that's all interesting stuff. And, you know, we've got it to come, so could well be worth seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
I mean, there wasn't much else.
Yeah, anything else that would even be worth half a mention is stuff that's typical third-person shooter, first-person shooter stuff like State of Decay or the stupid Metal Gear one.
Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah.
What every Metal Gear fan was desperate for. Zombies with red crystals. Yep. There wasn't enough sense in the Metal Gear
swear universe, to God, if Kojima left and somebody at Konami was like, hey, Call of Duty has this mode where you're a military person and you shoot zombies. We should do that with Metal Gear. I swear to God,
I feel like they're just trying to alienate the fans completely. Seems like their goal is to just offend every Metal Gear Solid fan.
Yeah.
in one go. But, you know, there was that. There's nothing else super horror-based, though.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately, the presentation of horror this year wasn't...
There wasn't a lot.
We were spoiled last year with Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7 was an amazing show, and then it came out, and it was just as equally as amazing of a game, so...
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's right. I had forgotten until somebody had mentioned it that they dropped that teaser, the demo at E3. Like you can download it right now, and I fucking
and there was a full
scrambled to get to my PS4.
Yep. And then like this year, the people that did like Layers of Fear, they weren't there. Not even there in a business room. The people who did Dead by Daylight, I don't think they were there. They didn't even have a booth.
Well, they shouldn't be there. They need to fucking work on their game.
Yeah. But just in general, a lot of the people that normally go and show off stuff weren't even there this year. It was like most people were just like, whatever.
It was definitely.
Was there a Friday the 13th
middle of a development cycle?
Probably not.
Pardon?
Was there a Friday the 13th booth? Unfortunately, at E3 this year, I ended up having to work most of the time, so like I didn't get a chance to see very much. But I did tell Adam, "Hey, the booth behind mine is Focus, and it has Call of Cthulhu. You should go check it out."
They took my business card and was like, "Oh, Call of Cthulhu," and I was like, "Yes."
It is me.
It is I alone.
I have the name of your game in my Twitch name. It is my Twitch name.
The reason you can't call yourself
there is
Call of Cthulhu
no better PR choice than to give it to me and give me all of it.
You should do this, but in French.
But in French.
But yeah, it's very interesting. I'm super excited about that.
Oh,
there's not much else though. Horror-wise, there's other games at E3 that are interesting.
We could discuss what games we like.
What other non-horror? Yeah, that we were interested in.
We got the Life is Strange Before the Storm, whatever it's called.
That ought to be good.
Chloe DLC.
I think people thought that I really liked Life is Strange, but I think people way overshoot how much I liked it, because my Twitter exploded, and it's like the number one question that I get lately. How excited are you? Less and less the more you ask me.
Yeah, you made it.
You made an emote.
I know. Well, the thing about the emote that people don't realize is I made that to piss off Fats because he hated Chloe so much, and I was like, Ro,
she was easy to hate.
Make me an emote.
That's coming. It's going to be more of the same, but if you want more of that story, there you go. More wandering around, pointing, clicking.
I'm excited about it. Just because
I'm excited too.
Just because it's a little more expansion on that kind of book.
And we got Stormblood, which is already out.
Yeah, there's that.
That was a big noise at E3.
People, I bet.
Down our throats. There was Destiny 2, obviously. If you're into Destiny 2 and
Anthem, which is like the somebody's answer to Destiny. Anthem.
BioWare.
Yeah.
That Anthem looked good. I liked the whole like Avatar universe type of worlds. So it looked like it was in one of those kinds of worlds, like the jungle-y, like cyber post-apocalypse kind of world. I like that stuff. So.
We got God of War.
God of War looks great. Yeah,
looks like it'll be sick.
I'm excited about that one because it looks like, just from the trailers, like it looks like or the footage that they've shown, it looks like it combines that combat from the old games, but it took in
it looks like a spectacle fighter.
It took in the like storytelling aspect of like a Naughty Dog game,
Mm-hmm. It looks good.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they're breaking away from the Greek stuff, and they're gonna start like do like I
Norse
like the
stuff.
direction.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine like them going to Egypt? Maybe getting some Celtic gods in there. Maybe getting some Japanese ones in there. Like, dude, that would be really cool if that's kind of the way the series is going.
I can get behind it.
And then like add in the fact that, you know, like you said, Jade, like they're updating the way that they're telling the story, like the old way, like but with the new kind of mechanics to it.
It looks really interesting.
Sick.
Yeah,
it could be sick.
Very strong. And we got Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
That looks.
If you want a game that actually has some content in, maybe they put some in this time.
Yeah, that looks like it could be good. They only showed multiplayer, but it looks good. I'm hopeful just based on what's the Skinwalker chick from True Blood said.
Sure.
Yeah.
She must know.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's a Skinwalker.
Exactly. She has knowledge that we can't,
comprehend. Yeah.
Well, it looks pretty good, so I'm kind of excited.
No, it does look interesting.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of Nintendo stuff, a lot of Switch. We're gonna hand that over in a couple of seconds, but
can't it ever?
No, I was gonna say Mario versus Rabbids or whatever it is. The
Mario XCOM looking.
Yeah. And it looks cute as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people will play the hell out of it.
The big Nintendo thing, though.
Now to hand over to the most important game coming to Nintendo Switch now.
Shantae Hatching. I'm just kidding.
No.
Metroid.
Super Soaker.
Oh, no, we're not going to talk about that game. There's this game at my booth that it was amazing. It was, you literally were like anime girls and you have super soakers, and the point of it is in bikinis, and the point of it is to super soak off their bikinis.
Oh my god.
It's a classy, weird.
So if you saw the picture on the Twitter of me and I'm sitting at a table surrounded by bikini clad like anime girls, that's why I was making that face.
I can't wait to watch like Retro Gaijin play that at like 4 in the morning.
Yes, actually, I'm excited about it too. They have like little glowy things that go over their naughty bits.
With that grimace face that he does, just going, dude.
No, but the real like baby of the Nintendo was definitely the Metroid game.
Yeah, that's what people are most excited for.
You know, people are excited about it, as they should. I mean, we've all wanted a new Metroid for a while, and this should be great. It's Nintendo's fourth or fifth most important property, and they're doing something with it. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I've always been a fan of Metroid games. They're really fun to just sit down and popcorn play.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, and they're beautiful in that sense. I remember when I got my GameCube, like I got it specifically to play Resident Evil Remaster. But I went out of my way and got Metroid, and I like completely fell in love with it over again on the GameCube.
Oh, 100%. And there's a lot of exciting stuff coming to the Switch. Game, and not to blow this out, but something like Shantae Half Genie Hero is perfect for the Switch. I played it.
I will say, like, okay, because my company recently put out a game called Shantae Half Genie Hero. We just ported it to Switch like a week ago, and while we were porting it, I got a chance to like touch the Switch before anybody else did. Like, I got to like actually like, but I didn't play it because we didn't have any games for it. We just had the dev kit for it. So I grabbed it and I was like, wow, these buttons are so small. Like, what? I feel like I'm playing one of those like old Yahtzee games that you just put on the back of the toilet to play. You know, it's like the buttons are so small. Thanks, Jade. But in this weekend, I actually got a chance to play games with the Switch. And
does it feel comfortable? Because
it is awesome. I played like multiple games with it, and I
played this.
It is the Switch it feels really comfortable. The two bumpers on it, the finger, like even though the buttons are small, you get used to it. And I really I played like the TV version and the portable version of a few games. Like I played both of them back to back, and it's gorgeous. It's seamless. And I was talking to a lot of people about who have them already. Like certain games that are beefy, they take up the battery power on that portable thing real quick.
Sure.
But there is versions of the games. There is like games where that portable thing can last you like 5-6 hours. And just the idea of being able to take some of these games portable, like, I know I'm going to be a nerd about this, but like Skyrim portable, which probably is going to die after 3 hours on the portable version.
Yeah.
But like but just the concept of that and the comfortable feeling of holding on to it both on the TV and in portable version. I mean, Nintendo has something going for itself. It's just whether or not it'll actually sell, seeing as they've already kind of fucked over.
They've hurt enough people. I'm sitting here looking at my Nintendo Wii U right now. Thinking about how little I've played it. And I would have a Switch if I hadn't bought this. I'm reluctant to buy another Nintendo console just for that reason.
It's too soon, for sure. But yeah, there's some great stuff coming there. Nintendo are doing work. What else happened? Oh, COD 27 or whatever one we're up to.
Oh, the World War II one?
No, World War II one.
I thought that one looked pretty good.
World War II, and you like COD, looks good.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't look bad. It's all trenches and proper, flavor.
Well, a lot of the games that PlayStation showed looked good.
Sure.
The problem was that every single one, except for like 2, we already fucking knew about. I was like, why can't we see a new game at E3 and not one that I heard about 6 months ago or last year?
Yeah. It definitely feels like an awful lot of games were tacking in the middle of, or studios rather, tacking in the middle of their development cycle, and they weren't quite ready to show.
It seems like that's what they did with last year, and that's why this year we heard mostly stuff that we already knew about. And it was interesting to me that I was pleased with the Sony one, and the Bethesda one was such a disappointment. But if you actually just kind of, step back and get a little perspective, they both pretty much showed shit that we already knew about,
Absolutely.
It was just in how they did it,
I liked the reveal of the Uncharted game. I think it's fun that they're going to have an Uncharted game with a female lead. I don't know how many people are really going to be excited about that, because the only time we've ever had one.
About a new Uncharted.
Well,
they're going to be excited about it, but like
they're excited because it has to do with people that were in the other games too.
Yeah. But it's not Nathan Drake. That's one of the reasons I think people might not like it so much. And their PS Vita one that they made also had a female lead protagonist. It didn't do very well game sales wise, but that also could be because it was on Vita. It's probably a major part of it was that it was on Vita.
We'll certainly see. I mean, in Uncharted, if you like it, that sort of thing, looks like the same kind of story.
How about the remake of Shadow of the Colossus?
Well,
that's my game. That's my favorite game on the con. I know I'm a nerd that I like the remastered game, but there was a surprise, and it was a happy surprise.
There's
and
that.
I was like, yes.
There's Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Beyond Good and Evil is fucking.
It was hilarious. I was watching a Twitch. They were talking about what PlayStation was going to show, or they were talking about something that somebody was going to show. Or like maybe even Kingdom Hearts 3 or something, and somebody was talking about it, and somebody was like, yeah, you'll get that game whenever I get Beyond Good and Evil 2. And then lo and behold, a few hours later,
it was DJ Weed. He has had this long-standing I want that game for as long as I've ever known who that is. Every year he's just like, Beyond Good and Evil 2, Beyond Good and Evil 2, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yeah, so God, I'm trying to think of what I'm just going through my Twitter because I was live tweeting it. The Skull and Bones, which looked great until I realized it was PvP. But
Burke had a look at that. I was chatting with him.
Get closer.
But it still could be really good. I was talking to Tuesday Gray about it, and she kind of made me excited about it. Playing it with friends, it might be pretty good. Depends on how the game plays, I guess, itself. There was The Crew 2, which somebody in my Discord said, The Crew 2, this time we actually learned what the U.S. is shaped like. PC...
Sea of Thieves looked good.
Sea of Thieves looks really good. I'm really excited about it.
We already kind of saw that one before, but it's still looking good. You know what I mean? It's still excited about it.
It looks good because it has some PvE stuff. It's the cartoony pirates. Ark finally got a release date.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be pushed back by like 2 years while they add more fucking dinosaurs.
Well, no, they've already actually. I believe that there's like 2 dinosaurs left that they've said they're going to release. And most of the ones that they've released to this point, they actually did have a list, and they went down it.
It seems like at this point, anything that they add, it's small, minuscule updates. Like they've done so much in the last 2 months with overhauling like everything and how it works that it is almost a completely different game, in a good way.
Yeah, hopefully that.
I just wanted to make it optimizable. That's all.
They've optimized it.
And
yeah. The PC Gamer Show had the Age of Empire remaster, which everybody got so trolled because they thought it was a brand new one, and then all of a sudden it's just a remaster.
I'll take a remaster of Age of Empires.
Sure, yeah.
I'll be all over that shit.
Banner.
That'll be my next offline sit for 12 hours.
Oh, game. Sure, yeah.
I'll suddenly stop eating.
Mountain Blade, Bannerlord.
And there's another one.
That's a good one, yeah. Tunic and Griftlands, I think, is the one that I'm thinking of that looks. The one was the
Warhammer 2.
Clay Entertainment, yeah.
Warhammer 2.
Total Warhammer 2 looks great, even though I'm confused as to why they're releasing one so soon. But
I'm actually
their booth was really pretty. They had a really pretty booth. It was it had like Mayan temple on the outside with these like little waterfalls and like vinage and stuff coming off of it. On the inside, it looked like it was inside of some crazy in the middle of nowhere ruin.
Honestly, I'm happy to see a Total Warhammer 2 because it means they're not going to do the usual trick of releasing 30 race DLCs all for $15 a pack.
Yeah. If they get them all thrown in there, because it seems like this is actually the Total Warhammer game that we're supposed to have before.
Mm-hmm.
BattleTech, which I watched Goobers play some of that. That one looks really good.
More mech type action.
Yeah.
Lorik, I was when they showed Monster Hunter, at first I was
Monster Hunter Worlds looks good.
That's great.
At first I was like, that was one of the only things that PlayStation had that was new that we didn't know about. At first I was like, wait, on PlayStation? But I was like, but it looks like it, but it's on PlayStation. So that one looks really good too. I've never really gotten into the Monster Hunter games, but I have a feeling that if I played them, I probably would.
I think you'd like them. Yeah, you just get a group of people together, and I think you'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to what we would do in like Ark, except it's not like a taming and it's not so brutal. I mean, it's not easy, but it'd be fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Shadow of War, they were making a huge deal about. I mean.
Is that
that's the Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, Shadow of War looks all right.
Well, I know a lot of people like Warwitch loved
people
that.
Enjoyed that game. I didn't get a lot out of the first one. I liked the Nemesis system a lot, but that was the only thing I liked. But it's another game for people who want that kind of thing. Doesn't look bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's some stuff coming. Like nothing
over the top.
Setting the world on fire.
Was there anything that you guys just saw on the show floor that we haven't covered that maybe we should know about?
If you're into Elder Scrolls Legends, that's getting Dark Brotherhood storylines.
Oh, that one looks good. Yeah.
If anybody's interested in Sonic the Hedgehog, they have like a whole bunch of Sonic the Hedgehog stuff coming out, including like a new like create your own character multiplayer game thing, and then also like an old school like you were saying earlier, like an updated pixel game.
Sure.
And they were really pushing hard on that one. Mm-hmm. They had lots of people running around with like the old school Sonic the Hedgehog posters. I was like, that's so cool.
That's right. The new Spider-Man game that they announced at the Sony thing. That looks really good.
Actually do a Spider-Man game isn't shit.
Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man was, I thought it was good. The PC port was
a clunky version.
Shitty.
Of
Arkham. This one looks like a less clunky version.
This one looks much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks much better.
It's done by somebody else, I think, so it's
And
yeah, it's a copy off of Arkham. It's not necessarily Arkham. So yeah, like Lorg is like worried about the combat being lackluster, but there's every chance that like it'll be a little bit more in depth than an Arkham game because it's not made by the same team.
Well, I mean, it's not by the same people who even did. I think Activision did the Amazing Spider-Man, and so it kind of looks like a similar version of that, which was an Arkham ripoff, and maybe there's a little more depth to it.
And of course, we've got the dreadful excitement of the latest Assassin's Creed installment.
It looks good, but I didn't have a ton of.
It looks like all the others.
They haven't done anything earth-shattering in a while.
I wasn't excited because I'm so new to the series. So,
I mean, it looks fine. If you enjoyed Syndicate, you'll enjoy this.
Syndicate was actually the first Assassin's Creed in a while that I thought looked interesting. But
yeah, so.
That's just because I like Victorian, though.
To me, those Arkham style of combat games, it's very similar to the hack and slash, like Darksiders, God of War, Devil May Cry style. Those are not similar, don't get me wrong, but they're all copying each other, and it just depends on how much you like that style of combat.
Oh, sure, and it looks like the others, but
I like the Arkham style of combat, I guess. I don't know. Because it lends itself to button mashing.
If it's just a refined version of like Arkham City with Spider-Man painted over the top, people will be happy. Because people just want a Spider-Man game.
I hope it's brighter, honestly. Yeah. I hope that conceptually they make it brighter because Spider-Man's not dark like Batman is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks brighter in the preview, so.
What else is going on? Let It Die looked semi-interesting.
Now, what
that's a really interesting PR for it.
Yeah, what did they have there? Because that's been out for a while.
Oh, yeah, no, it was more the booth that was interesting than anything else.
My really good friend of mine, Queen Riot, she does a cosplay character for them as like a PR person. And they had like a booth, and they were doing like a live stream and talking about the entirety of the con, not just the game, and then showing gameplay, and then also they were giving out these really cool Let It Die glasses.
Yeah, they were the like, this year's stupid sunglasses that everybody was wearing.
But generally, I thought like if you have a game and you're going to spend some money to like get its name out there, that was a really good idea for a booth. Like to have the live streaming aspect of it, talk about your game every other segment, and then throw in like whatever's happening in E3 along with a booth chick that looks like one of your characters. Like, it's a smart marketing thing.
Absolutely.
And it was right in the main hall, like right across from where Dead by Daylight was last year. Mm-hmm. And the Dead by Daylight spot was taken over by Facebook. Oh, fuck it. I don't know why that was in there, but
whatever reason.
I mean, I guess.
Was there anything else that was super exciting happening at E3?
I don't know if other people would be excited about this, but I'll put this out here that I was excited about it because I love it. Marvel vs. Capcom looks really cool.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were excited about it. I'm not a fighting game person, so it did nothing for me.
I'm not either. Overall, like there's a few that I enjoy, but I'm very particular about which ones I enjoy. I like Skullgirls because it's super hard.
Oh sure.
And then I like Marvel vs. Capcom.
I like Mortal Kombat.
I used to love the old school Mortal Kombat and the old school Street Fighter. I had those like on Sega.
I liked those, yeah.
A lot. And then I didn't play fighting games for a long time, and all my friends were into like Blaze Blue, and like they get all their fighting, their like special, like joystick fighting things, and like they go to all the fighting cons, and I can't do that kind of stuff. But I will always, if I'm at an arcade and see a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade machine, go and play BB and Jill.
I'm kind of like that with Tekken. Like, I'm not gonna get the Tekken game. It just came out, but there used to be a Tekken machine at the pizza place that I worked, and so I played a lot of Tekken.
The only fighting games I put any real time into is like Mortal Kombat. I usually will play through them.
I played a lot of Mortal Kombat too, yeah.
But I liked that the Marvel vs. Capcom looked like I don't know if the original, the previous one had a lot of story mode, but I think they're going to add story mode to this one. And so
honestly, at this point, every fighting game is running hind tit to what's their name? The people who make Injustice and Mortal Kombat. whatever the name of that company is. It's something like Mortal Kombat related, the name of the studio.
I used to play Soul Calibur. I worked at I didn't talk about Mortal Kombat.
NetherRealm Studios.
NetherRealm.
Yeah. I actually had a friend that worked there with concept art for them.
And NetherRealms at the moment makes everybody else who makes fighting games look like cunts. Because they put so much work into the story mode.
Yeah.
That you can play it one player and really
that
enjoy
whole
it.
team, because the guy who did the original voice of Raiden still works at NetherRealm.
Yeah.
That whole team is so in love with Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
And fighting games in general, that I'm sure like years to come from now, they'll be making fighting games that are worth playing.
Oh, they are the gold standard of fighting games. Like Injustice, Mortal Kombat 10 and 11 or whatever we're up to, and Injustice 2 are the absolute like paragon. And
there was a point in time where the Mortal Kombat games were getting kind of
oh yeah, like 3 to 10 were shit.
But they're constantly changing. I had a friend that was working on concept art for Injustice 1, and he did some for Injustice 2, and he did some for the most recent Mortal Kombat, and he
11,
talked about how particular they are there. Sure. He's like, it's like run like a Japanese company, but not...
Ed Boon is still involved.
Yeah.
You know? It's all... It's the original people.
What about... and this got lumped on a bunch of horror lists, even though I wouldn't consider it horror. This From Software Code Vein.
Oh, it's not a horror game.
It's not at all.
Unless Dark Souls is a horror game.
Yeah. It's like anime Dark Souls, basically.
It's nice to see them with making a new IP. And since FromSoft have, since Dark Souls, never released anything that wasn't good, like, we can have a lot of hope for another Dark Souls IP style dark fantasy like role-play light game.
I'm sorry, but this right now reminds me so much of Hellsing. I don't know what's going on, but it reminds me of Hellsing.
Sure.
The anime. Hellsing.
Yeah.
It's Bandai Namco. I thought that it was From Software.
Oh, is it Bandai Namco?
Yeah, it's Bandai Namco. Okay.
So it's not from who made it?
It's not, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, who's developing it and who's publishing it? That could be two different things.
Absolutely. Code Vein, yeah.
It's a Bandai Namco. It's a whole Bandai Namco thing. So I thought it was a From Software. People keep throwing that shit out there and confusing the situation.
This does look interesting. I like this.
Although, judging by the gameplay, it does look very Dark Souls.
Oh, look at that anime
regardless of From not being involved.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like 30 seconds behind. I was discussing the blue chick that was naked except for some skeletal armor over her.
Yeah, people keep that's kind of irritating when they throw around, it's like Dark Souls. There's a Twitter that literally retweets stuff that tries to say, it's like Dark Souls. I think it's actually called It's like Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Yeah. X meets Dark Souls is the Twitter.
This and be like, this is creepy. These things right here are kind of creepy, horror-y, and like the aesthetic is horror-y, but it's very much like I could fight those things in D&D too, and I don't call D&D horror. So
this is not horror.
This is not
no. People keep referring it to as one, and it's not. Yeah.
This looks interesting. I actually didn't see anything about this. I like this.
I mean, this goes back to what we were discussing last podcast, is if you include something like this in horror, you need to include, like, Castlevania. Because it's not a horror game, it's not designed to scare you, but painting it with horror tropes and themes does not make it a horror game. But we'll see.
And adding to what Lord just said in chat about publishers and developers, sometimes publishers will be their own developers, but in a lot of cases nowadays, publishers will just pay another smaller company to develop for them.
Yeah.
Just to bank off what he's talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
like Konami used to make their own games. as well, but now they tend to put it off on other companies. So
this has nothing to do with E3, but it was in the Hellmouth Discord because we were talking about it as something we could potentially bring up at some point. It was that Rely on Horror article that you sent about the GBA Silent Hill novel being ported to PC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you want to talk about that now?
We can do that if you want to. That's up to you.
Yeah. Well, are we done talking about E3 stuff? I can't really think of anything else that
I feel like we've kind of put a nice cap on E3. I don't think there was a ton that we didn't already know about. There were no big shell-shocking things.
There was nothing.
Which is hilarious because they announced the new Xbox console and nobody really gives a fuck.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Xbox has got a new console. They still haven't got any exclusives. They've got Daniel McBride in there, but... I'm
still loving on my 360. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, I still have my 360. It's sitting right here. I have the Xbox One.
Thing is...
I'm not going to buy the new Xbox One X.
I was an Xbox devotee for, like, the longest time.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I have a ton more than PS3 games.
I've got... The only stuff I've got on PlayStation is horror stuff. Stuff that didn't, come over.
Yeah, same.
But other than that, everything.
Well, the only thing I really have on, I bought an Xbox so I could play Silent Hill Downpour, and then the only other thing that I have on that I absolutely adore is my 600 hours of Skyrim before I played it on the PC.
I mean, I played through Dark Souls for the first time on the Xbox 360.
Same, yeah.
And
I think that we could all agree that Xbox 360 was the best console.
Oh, Xbox 360 won the whatever, the second or third generation or whatever.
Yeah. It was a really good console. I mean, I have Skyrim on it.
Between Mass Effect.
Yeah, I played Skyrim on the PC, but I also bought it on the Xbox 360 so I could play it in my living room on my couch.
Oh, sure. I mean, the Xbox 360 smashed the 3SP. Yeah, 3SP.
The 3SP.
Yeah, the good old 3SP. That console.
From Sony PlayStation.
It's really hot here. This temperature is like the sun. No, but PlayStation 4 has since smashed the Xbox One so badly in revenge that it's not even funny.
Yeah.
The exclusives on PlayStation.
I think it was a little bit too soon for the Xbox One X because they're trying really hard because they know that the Xbox One didn't win against PlayStation 4, but it's too soon to put out. I mean, I guess 4K is going to be the wave of the future, but I think it's a little too soon. Just like I think sometimes some of this VR stuff is a little too soon, but that's a personal thing.
There was a little Discord crackle there.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't want to interrupt you because I knew it was probably going to smooth itself out. I just warn people in chat because I could sense that it was going to come. I could sense that people were going to say...
Yeah, for some reason it just happens after a while.
It does that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
So let's talk about this Silent Hill thing really quick.
Sure.
A fun little Silent Hill nugget. I'm a huge Silent Hill fan, if you guys didn't know in chat. A long time ago, they put out on, I think it's Game Boy Color, or is it Game Boy Advance? They put out a game in Japan. It never came.
Game Boy Advance, yeah.
Yeah, it never came out in the United States, but it was pretty much a play novel of Silent Hill 1. And it is a story of Harry, which we've already played, but it has a little bit of new content. The story of Sybil, the police officer, and then the story of another character who is never even discussed in the games, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a more in-depth perspective of the story that goes on in Silent Hill 1. And it never came out in the US. We've had people that have translated it into novel form so that you could go and read it. But recently, and we should probably post the article in the chat, somebody actually went through and made it so that you can play it just like you could on Game Boy Advance. And it's all translated and pretty, and I'm sure that Konami is gonna hate it. So go grab it before it's gone.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's gonna get. Yeah, I was wondering if it's gonna get that same treatment that Resident Evil Otome thing did, which was clearly such a kind of a parody.
You need to go and get it now. Konami will come down on that.
But in general, I've read it. and it was a really good read. And if you're a fan of the Silent Hill series, I feel like it's something that you'll really, really enjoy. So go check it out.
Absolutely worth checking out.
Yep. If not, just for like I love the civil side of the story, and then also the extra little boy that knew Cheryl.
Better than Downpour. Better than Homecoming.
Fuck you. That's for another podcast.
Yeah, we'll do a full
in which
silent.
I tell Adam continuously to sit on my middle finger and spin.
Yeah, that'll be the Silent Hill podcast.
Yeah.
The second hour, Adam and Avianna argue constantly about the quality.
Where Adam turns into that douche that's like, Japan does it better.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll just put like the Punch Out music in the background. You know, like they can.
We'll have like a tally in the bottom right hand corner of the street opposite of the chat. That's like who won.
Yeah.
Well, since you'll be defending Downpour and Origins, I'll win.
I won't. Okay. There's black sheep of the family, and Origins is the black sheep of the family to me. Origins is Homecoming, but I will defend Downpour and Shattered Memories. So you better.
But Shattered Memories isn't a fair point because that's
Shattered Memories is an amazing game.
It's just a redux.
It's an amazing game.
But Downpour and Origins.
Shut your face.
Homecoming truly stuck.
Shut your face. You're right here, Adam. Remember that.
Oh, shit! I'm not even slightly safe right now.
Reaching distance.
This can go dark on me so quick. They just suck.
Yeah, we'll save that for another day.
That can be for another.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. What are we going to be doing next time? Have we discussed it? We talked about it, I thought.
I feel like no, I'm not sure that we did. We had like a bit of an idea, but I'm not sure that we really, maybe we focus on something specific. I don't know that we
had a few ideas. I think one of them was the RPG Maker stuff.
Yeah.
There's stuff like that,
the cults
yeah.
behind the RPG Maker stuff. That's an idea for a topic.
There's that. We can actually turn the focus towards not games and something like movies.
Yep,
sure.
We discussed that as well.
Actually, that might be worth a do since we've done 5 episodes continually focusing on games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of fun to do like an episode.
And that means I get to
just horror
piss
movies
and moan about the Silent Hill movies and the Resident Evil movies. That's good. Don't sigh at me.
Yeah, we could just talk about like just an overview on movies, I suppose. That might not be a bad one. It's kind of a lazy, like, here it is, you know? We're not lazy.
Fowler said Fright Night, and I was like, yeah. Not the new one, the old one.
I was going to say the old one, sure.
I mean,
the old one is amazing.
He said Fight Night, but you probably read Fright Night. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Because the old one is fantastic, yeah.
The old one was the first thing me and my stepfather ever bonded on.
Funny.
Rubber Toast says Shattered Memories gameplay isn't the only problem with Shattered Memories.
The funny thing
Shut
about
your fucking face, you bald British cunt.
I mean, it was like the story and
the story's amazing. Stop talking about it. We're gonna do that in another cast.
Yeah.
Stop. Let me hold up my anger to release it at the right time.
I need to stoke my
Rubber Toaster. You be prepared to have your bottom slapped over that.
Oh no, don't worry. You're on my side. We're gonna win.
Don't fuck you. Okay.
So yeah, maybe
there's lots of ideas for next cast.
Yeah,
we'll put
we don't have like a definite thing, but it seems like maybe movies is probably going to be.
Movies is a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just bring our top 3 favorite horror movies and just discuss them.
Yeah.
Like there's.
I was about ready to say mine, and then I was like, nope, hold it off, because something cool happened with one of my favorite horror movies recently. So.
Gives us time to think about that. We could always parlay that in like top 3 games too.
We should tell each other.
Which Adam's about to finish.
So we can go out and watch them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll do like a book club.
A book club thing, and we get if I mean honestly, the top 3 horror games are probably going to have some cross contamination anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we'll probably have watched most of what yours and Jade's are. And
yeah.
Unless one of us is like throwing in a sly classic.
Look at what you boys said in chat.
You really enjoyed 7? Good, because it's fucking awesome.
It's a fucking amazing movie. Okay. Yeah.
Proper fucking solid.
The whole time like JT Yankees was like, I don't want your boy to die.
No, that's good. I'm glad of it. Because I'd have been unhappy having to destroy you. So this is happy time for all of us. Because, I really like your boy Daquan, and I didn't want to have to, like, pull his spine out. For not liking 7.
True.
That would have been a bad noise. Yeah, True. 7 is great, though. If you don't like 7, you don't like awesome. You're probably the kind of person that...
Yeah.
The evil within.
That means you're next, Tina, because you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to destroy the Boycon, but he didn't like 7. My respect for him would dwindle away to nothing from quite high.
So, what's everybody up to right now? What are you going to be doing the next week or so?
Oh, man, I've got such a fucking week coming in. I've got the Crimson Court. Comes out on Monday. So that'll be choking my life for at least, 3 days. And then I've got the #1 horror game of all time. Silent Hill Downpour.
Silent Hill 2. Shut your fucking face.
No.
I love Downpour, but I also know that it's not
even a patch on Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, that's why I don't compare the two like you do, asshole.
No, I'm going to be playing Silent Hill 2, the top horror game of all time. If you don't agree with me, that's fine, but you're wrong.
Silent Hill 2 is pretty good.
On the chin.
And I just finished that Maria costume, so I should probably get some more pictures done.
Man. You should just fucking wear it, and I'll just capture your camera too, and you can just Silent Hill 2.
It was great. I took it to Anna Basement, and I had multiple people at the convention that were just like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that anybody ever cosplayed characters from Silent Hill. I was like, "What?"
Are you fucking kidding?
Sorry. Yeah.
But no, I've been playing that. I've got that coming up. That's the culmination of the top 10 horror games of all time. Videos made by Jade.
Yeah.
And you got to see the Silent Hill one to believe. Oh, man.
There's lots of good stuff.
Oh.
There's lots of good Silent Hill stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I know, but she...
Concept art-wise, they really hit it out of the park.
She put the quote in,
Yeah.
In my
Merciless Dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill.
And I nearly exploded watching the video. I was so excited. So, can't wait. That's going to be later in the week, Thursday or Friday, probably.
Cranked out the 20-minute opus of his entire top 10, which...
That's going to look... They all are great.
He'll show.
Honestly.
He can upload it to, his Twitch or whatever the fuck, and you can watch it.
I'll probably just actively...
That's fun. I love it whenever people work together on projects like that.
Super good.
I had a really good time doing it because, I don't know, making trailers for something was always... That's always a thing that I've kind of wanted to do, so it was doing something like that, basically. Just capturing the feeling of a game or something.
Everybody who's seen those videos, there was always a degree of artistry that went on, extended beyond merely showing off the game. Good best example of this, the Soma one. I still use this as an example because it's so mournful. The trailer that Jade made for me. The game isn't actually hyper melancholy in that way.
No, but when you get to the end, you're just
you captured that so definitively.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited.
The only one I had a hard time with, and I was thrilled when I played the first Fatal Frame, and I at least was like, okay, I kind of nailed it. I've not played Fatal Frame 2. That's the only one on the list that I haven't played, and I was like, I don't know what to do for this one.
No, you nailed the shit out of that. So that's what I've got going on. I've got my 2-year partnerversary at some point during the week as well.
Nice.
So
you have a busy week. Jesus.
Man, my week is fucking mental when I get back. And I'm literally landing at 4 in the afternoon, going home and starting my stream immediately.
Oh.
It's going to be a bitch. So what you got going on, Jade?
I will probably actually play some Darkest Dungeon. I've been thinking about it, and with that whole release thing, I'll probably, play that for a bit. I've been doing Dark Souls 2. I found the DLC, so that's kind of consumed my life.
Which DLC are you in?
I'm just starting the stuff that's in Black Gulch, the Broom Tower or whatever. The difficult, really difficult one. Yeah,
sucks. Enjoy the fume night. He's a cunt.
I was so mad last night, and it was not so much the DLC as it was my controller kept becoming unplugged, which everybody will be thrilled to know. I went and got this like cheap corded controller, but I also got a USB.
That's why it is.
Yeah, I also got a USB Bluetooth thing so that I should be good. But yeah, the controller kept coming unplugged during boss fights last night. I was so angry with the fucking entire thing.
Yeah, I finished Canarium. It's not very long. So 5 hours long.
I'm doing that. I'd like to... Conarium would be fun to play. Dr. Decker would be fun to play. And I've got The Walking Dead Season 3 as well that I'm looking at.
Actually, I've got to play Season 3 of Walking Dead at some point.
That's
I'll probably
kind of...
leave that to next week, though.
And I need to finish Slain. That's really it. I'm starting to look towards stuff that I need to play next, which I believe immediately I'm going to be playing Metro 2033.
Yeah,
probably not for another week or two, though.
After the Darkest Dungeon, Silent Hill stuff, I've got to get into The Walking Dead Season 3. And that means a 24-hour cast, which, ugh. Because I hate those. I'm old.
Yeah,
what you got
same.
going on, Avianna?
I've been doing just lots of GTA roleplay. If you guys haven't seen, I've just been doing a lot of that. I was going to try to jump off and do other games, but I just have been so caught up in fun story stuff. I get together with my buddies and we just laugh for like 4 hours while we roleplay. And then last Saturday, I dressed up as my roleplay character for the first time.
Great cosplay.
I never thought I would do that just because I used to go to Gen Con every year and like people would just be like, "Oh, you're dressed as your rogue at D&D, huh? That's awesome." But I was like, I had a wig.
So much contempt for every cosplayer who has ever done that. I hope you felt how much contempt.
They do. You don't even know. Okay. But when you go to Gen Con, like if you dress up as like the like Lydia or whatever from like the character novels, it's fine. But if you dress up as your like level 37 halfling mage or whatever, I don't know what you're making, then people look at you like, wait, what? No one knows who your character is.
So if you ever wanted to or did dress up as your character, know how shit you are.
No, I like it. I'm saying that when you go to Gen Con, people look at you
People are going to turn their nose up at you and look down on you.
Yeah.
Except
so for the longest time, I was like, do I really want to cosplay as a character? But then I was like, it's like a Grand Theft Auto model. It's one that people see in the game, so whatever.
I think since you're streaming it and it's different.
Yeah, the streaming makes it different anyway.
I already had a wig, and I put the wig on, and I was like, holy shit, I look exactly like this character. So then I went out and made the rest of the costume, and I kind of surprised everybody with it. So within the next few weeks, probably be doing that. You got some ARC role play that's going to happen. Still wanting to play Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Yeah, maybe you should play Bendy and the Ink Machine.
That reminds me of the one game that we didn't bring up during fucking the E3 discussion, which is Cuphead.
Yeah, it's still... They finally announced it being on Steam, but it's still...
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cuphead, you should totally play Bendy and the Ink Machine.
the last 2 years as well, so...
Yeah.
You should play Bendy...
for the next couple of E3s.
Yeah, you should play Bendy and the Ink Machine.
It's like an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. I just... And there was a point in time this week where, like, one of the servers went down, and I was like, maybe I should play Bendy. And everybody's like, yeah, play Bendy. And then, like, one of my friends was like, they're back up. And I was like, hey, boys, we're going back in.
just sling it on before one of your...
I can't help it. I get really into roleplay stuff.
Oh, no, it's fun.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying watching you play GTA 5.
You're so into roleplay that your phone dies, and we lose track of you for a day.
Sure.
Sorry.
Well, I'm not sure.
If ever there was a redundant, worthless waste of time, it was that.
I couldn't help myself. Anyway.
Shots somewhat fired. Topical.
Nice. Well, cool.
I will say that party was really nice.
Oh yeah, the Twitch party was great.
Yeah,
it was at this place called the Edison.
I was dying at your texts. The fucking.
Oh my god, we went to, okay, so we decided we were going to go sit up in the smoking lounge because we were like, okay, a lot of our friends will eventually make their way to the smoking lounge, let's go sit there. And as soon as we sat down, this guy, this like server guy in like a suit with like a earpiece, walks into the room and he puts this box down. It says cigar box that says Twitch. And I'm like, oh cute, they have like a cigar box that says Twitch and they made us cigars. He opens it up. There's like 30 cigars in it. They all have a Twitch logo on them. And then there's like a Twitch like broken seal over all of them.
Yeah.
So it's like Twitch all over this thing. You look on the side, it's like, this was specifically made for Twitch. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I haven't smoked a cigar in years, but I'm gonna do it.
They weren't shit. They were all right, like second rate. They were okay.
They were okay. Huh?
They weren't the worst smoke I've had.
Yeah, I kept looking over at, like I on my break. I'd happen to see that I had a text message. The first
I was texting you all night.
The first one was a picture of your chest wearing my shirt, and then Adam on the side like, "Hey!" The real star of this party.
Fucking ball.
Yeah.
And then the second one was the cigars. They just brought a box of these to the lounge. Who's got the weed?
They weren't the worst.
I mean, it's legal in California, so
yeah.
They were a good laugh. But the place was all like industrial steampunk. It was nice.
That's cool.
It was a pretty sick.
And like all the like hostesses and waitresses were all wearing these like kind of flappery looking outfits and stuff. It was cute. It was really cute.
It was a nice place.
And then they had like, it was crazy how much security they had there.
Oh yeah, they were ready.
Every like corner had a guy in a suit with an earpiece. It was.
They weren't pissing around. No one was going to ruin the party.
No one was going to ruin the party. No. Every single time you saw somebody that was even close to being like
24 hours of poker play.
Yeah. Every single time you saw somebody that was even slightly inebriated to the point of falling down, you saw them taking them up and taking them out.
They were out. Yeah.
That's good.
They weren't pissing around.
Yeah. It was probably one of the better Twitch parties that I've been to.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely one of my favorites.
So, yeah.
Very, very nice.
Okay, so that's what's happening. You got Dark Souls, you got Silent Hill, you got Darkest Dungeon, you got GTA RP. Maybe she'll play Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Maybe I'll play Bendy and the Ink Machine.
You know, that's always a pipe dream.
Maybe.
But that's what's going on. There's a lot of stuff happening. And then next time...
Woo! Woo!
Oh.
Sorry.
I just got us a resub from skinnedteen. Yeah.
And
one of my favorites.
Next time we're going to be discussing horror movies.
Yep, that sounds good.
Talking the top 3 horror movies of all time, according to us.
Sounds like a good thing. Maybe we'll loop in...
That'll be a really good one for people who like kind of just want to know what like our taste is.
Yeah.
Overall. I think that'll be really good.
We can loop in top 3 horror games as well.
Top 3 horror games. I was going to say Twin Peaks, but I think we're going to be behind because we're going to be a couple...
spoil Twin Peaks on people.
Yeah, we'll probably be a couple weeks behind, and I think we should just do a Twin Peaks episode when it's over. So.
Yeah. Plus
it's too hard to it's too hard to like talk about it while it's going.
We can't talk about it circularly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I like the idea of watching all of it and then having that episode where it's like, okay, we're going to discuss the entire series, so spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of feels like they have to watch all of them to make sure that they can...
give people the opportunity to watch them all before we spoil it and start bitching and moaning.
But I will say, last time we said that the episodes we'd seen were kind of meh. Between now and then, we've had one kind of really horrible episode, and then last week was like we really liked that episode.
It's definitely better.
It was really good. So
we'll see what happens.
Kind of been a back and forth, but we'll see what the overall is.
Yeah, Twin Peaks is the kind of thing you need to see the entire scope and scale before you know what the hell.
Yeah. Okay.
But that episode last week was still shit.
Well, I guess that is it.
All right, Jade, what are you playing tonight?
Dark Souls.
Are you in the Burnt King?
The Broom Tower. Yeah, I just got there. So
Enjoy the fume night.
I'm sure I'm going to be miserable.
Yes, you are.
Through most of tonight. In that
you'll
sense,
be fine.
Yeah.
Up to the point that you meet the fume night.
Yeah.
And then you'll not be fine. What are you playing tonight, darling?
I'm not feeling very well, so I'm probably not going to be camming it tonight. I'm probably going to go skinnedteen and have like just an image of myself in the corner. Yeah. Sometimes I kind of wish that I would have taken more GIF images of me as skinnedteen in the cosplay, and then just use that on the times that I don't want to use my webcam.
All you need is the crossed arms and the blinking.
Yeah,
that's all you need. Just like a looping of that. Like.
Yep, I could probably still do that. But I'm probably going to play Grand Theft Auto again tonight. We have some stuff that came up in storyline last time that was fun, and we're gonna jump on that tonight.
Good stuff. So you got GTA, you got Dark Souls.
And then
one's going to be angry, one's going to be cute. Personal choice.
No.
One's going to have me talking like Harley Quinn, and the other one's going to have Jade screaming
like a pissed off.
I am going to
with a sailor mouth.
I am going to be unleashing every curse word you've ever heard, as I was last night.
A moody hipster or Harley Quinn. That's your choice.
And then you can go watch Adam next week with his Silent Hill
I'll be
and his
my face
Crimson Court.
I'm excited for Crimson Court.
Yeah,
Crimson Court.
I might actually re-download Darkest Dungeon.
Well, honestly, I'll be playing it on Stygian just so I don't finish it in like 3 hours flat.
See, I'm god awful at the game, so I just can't wait to like do rolls for subs and kill like most of them. So.
That's what
and then go, I don't know what happened.
I met so many amazing streamers going back and forth between Darkest Dungeon streams because you would like get into the contest.
Yeah.
And and you'd have your character in a stream, you want to see where they were at.
Yep. Should be good times.
He'll be streaming Silent Hill 2. As part of his top 10.
The best horror game of all time. You're streaming Homecoming now. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not horrible. It's just not super good.
Well, I guess I'll run the little intro outro thing and we'll just call it here.
Sounds good.
Until next time, all you wonderful people.
Yeah. Bye.
Ta-ta.